Greetings, fellow beings. Ho ho! It is a fantastic Friday. Oh, hope everybody's looking forward to their lovely weekend. I know I am. Hey, we've got a little bit of bonus time coming up today. Very excited about that. Which means, well, after that, we'll be redirecting to my review of the Zendaya film, Challengers. Yeah. No, I mean, you definitely want to watch it. You can, make fun of me and then feel bad for me because I had to watch the movie. We're going to talk that and a few other things this morning. But first, let's say hi to each and every one of you. John's in the house. What's going on, John? Says you. Yes. Morgan King is upgraded. He is now a high roller. Thanks, Morgan King. We got Lord Thoth in the house. What is up, my Canadian friend? And of course, JB's Spooky Review points out that it's Alien Day. Happy Alien Day. Oh, C. Dobbins, what's up? FKHC 2005 in the house. Release the McCracken. He made some great memes of me and like some motion ones. It's very cool stuff. Got to figure out a way to incorporate that into something. Captain Phantom Nerds in the house. Good morning to you, my friend. And Aaron Ratcliffe is here as well. Great to see you. We got SFX F314, Sabretooth Raptor, and of course, Dr. Megatron. Running with Scissors says, happy Friday, everybody. And of course, Dice Media Group. Good morning, everyone. Glad to be here with you. Well, I get my 6. That's right. All right. And of course, we also have Cajun Corey in the audience today. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. The great Scott Cook is hanging out with us this morning. And my buddy, Biggles Metz. Good to see you, my friend. Randall Orser's hanging out. What's up, Randall? Spirian says, what's up, Culture Casino? What's up with you, Spirian? Hope you're doing well. Angmar, WK. Good morning to you. And I love that avatar. The Gaming Dude says, good morning, Culture. Well, good morning. Right Chia is here. Anything not Disney looks good these days. Well, this still looks good. Skydance Paramount still on track, it seems. My buddy Jason's over there at Sci-Fi for Me TV. Should be checking him out. He does good stuff. LDG Pickles. Anyway, free the net with LDG. What's up, buddy? Another week in the books. That's right. Feliato. Morning. Been away for a week for the holy holidays. What's happened? More Dismal Disney. Lots more Dismal Disney. Lots of things exposed. Terrible government corruption. Stuff like that. The very talented Annie Masterson is hanging out. What's up? Butterbiscuit is a member. Thank you, Butterbiscuit. And what's also amazing, who's out there right now, did something incredible and gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. That's right. The Animation Critic says, I just shared that video because MKBHD just put it out in the last 30 to 45 minutes. Wow. All right. I'll be there. Let's see. Joe Graber, the space jockey. It's Friday. That's right. Jedi Bill, I hope you're doing better, my friend. I know you headed to the hospital. Will Scarlett, what's up, buddy? And Dave G. Sound. The great Joe at Joe's Atmosphere. Check him out. Dude's talented in a lot of ways. That's right. And look at all these people who got these memberships. That's incredible. Thank you, Hoove, once again. Of course, Black Saber is here, the shark of paper. Riding away. Who else popped in the door? Shonda Hammerschlag. What's up, buddy? Frank Hammett is here. Because Frank's here. That's right. Dave G Sound. Tipping Barn. What's up? And Chris Shapiro. Anyone else remember when we had to thank Crunchy it was Friday? Or was that just a UK thing? I think that was just a UK thing, I'm guessing. Phoenix Knight, what's up? Good to see you. And the lovely Mariella Neworth is here. Hi and hola to all. That's right. Stitch, what's up? Yes, I am unmuted this morning. I double checked. Ruby Hoove is in the house. Ruby Hoove. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, the man, the myth, the legend, Ruben Christopher Hayes just had a third interview for a job in Chicago. Prayers needed. You can have my prayers, brother. I'm praying for you. John's like, that's the problem. Disney keeps exposing themselves. Well, yeah. Joseph A says, is this live? Yeah, it is. And Cyrano's out there. Hello. My buddy Tim Hayes. Not Purple Haze. Tim Hayes. He's a good dude. Check him out. John Sapola says, hey, hello. All right, let's go. Griffin says, a moment of solemn remembrance. On April 26th, 1986, world's worst nuclear disaster, the fourth reactor at Chernobyl nuclear power station in the Soviet Union exploded. 31 people died, and radiation still lingers. Yep, they sealed it in a giant cement vault. It's kind of all you can do with that. All right, folks, we're at it. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in, and the disappointment just keeps coming. That's right, the box office for Zendaya's film's Challengers made $1.9 million in previews. That may be the height of the hype. There were 3 people in my theater, counting me, and everybody left there disappointed. And in fact, I had a lovely conversation with a lady that had seen it, and she agrees the only scene that's good is the last scene. True story. Moving on, of course, by the way, right after this, my review's coming up in a premiere, so as soon as we end here, we're going to go over there. John Krasinski's If is tracking for a promising $40 million plus opening, so it's looking pretty good. Yeah, the cast of this film is, fleshed out with a who's who, including Ryan Reynolds, Emily Blunt, Steve Carell, and Matt Damon. I'm going to be seeing this, and I'll review it as well. Probably be a little happier about this one. Skydance is still in pole position for Paramount. Well, there you go, folks. The headline story of the day. They're hashing it out. Sony and Apollo really want to get in on this deal, but I don't think they're going to make it. Now, these folks over at the trades would rather have Apollo and Sony. People who would like, Hollywood to have a chance going forward and not be even more propagandist pablum, want Skydance to get a piece of it. We'll see. But it's looking good. Moving forward, I think everybody will be excited here because guess why? The Lord of the Rings trilogy will be returning to theaters, remastered, restored, and extended. Holy cow. Are you excited for this? I am. Angmar WK just gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that, Angmar. I truly appreciate it. What a day. 10 members today. We got, Eminem announcing a new album and the death of Slim Shady. That's right. Killing off one of his characters. I didn't even know this guy still did things. I thought, after his moment of silliness, he wasn't doing stuff anymore. Oh, well. Poppy Harlow got her walk-in papers at CNN. It was only a matter of time. I told you this was going to happen a month or so ago when they basically got rid of that entire morning show, extending one and another to basically remove things that nobody was interested in. Well, I guess one of those things was Poppy Harlow. 16 years at the network. I wonder where she will land next. To be fair, she's a decent news reader. You always knew where her politics were, at least. And yeah, they weren't anywhere in the middle. Moving on, The Onion is sold to the founder of Twilio, who is tapping an ex-NBC reporter, Ben Collins, to lead the satire site as CEO. Actually, this headline is wrong. It should say, Geo Media forced to sell The Onion in desperation. Yeah. Geo Media is not doing so well, guys. Digital media in general isn't, and I wonder if The Onion will return to its satirical roots. We'll see. We'll see. Last call with Troy Pacelli says, well, the real Slim Shady, please lie down. That's a great member chat, my friend. Speaking of another great chat, holy cow, Ruby Hoove gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. That's 15, folks. Thank you so very much. Wow. I'm getting lots of love from the Hooves. Speaking of which, we've got, I skipped the story. Eddie Murphy is in this production called The Pickup, and that accident we talked about yesterday was bad for one person specifically, this Grip, who basically is a broken body right now in intensive care, needing all kinds of different kinds of surgeries, and has got a fundraiser for between $50,000 and $100,000. So you can find that in the Deadline story if you're interested in donating. Jessica Lange says what everybody thinks. Corporate profit is overwhelming Hollywood, which is why we are not getting anything creative anymore because, well, they are so risk averse, they need to make more and more money. The Abbey Nightclub in West Hollywood sold for $27 million. And if you've seen Hollywood or West Hollywood, it's kind of scary. I'm not sure I would have tried to acquire this. TikTok law kicks off a new showdown between Beijing and Washington. We talked a little bit about this the last few days. I think it's going to get rather stiff. And TikTok will close down in the U.S. if they can't, because they ain't selling. They ain't selling. ExxonMobil profits are down. That's not a surprise as natural gas has declined. The athletic director at a school used AI to frame a principal into sounding like he said some fake racist remarks, according to police. This is crazy. We'll see what happens with that at Baltimore High School. Airlines are now going to be required to give automatic cash refunds for canceled and delayed flights. That's going to make you not have to read a bunch of paperwork. Mining giant Anglo-American rejects BHP's $39 billion takeover, going to decide to operate the business themselves. Journalists critical of their own companies cause headaches for news organizations. Well, yeah. You see what just happened at the New York Times? Oh, it exposed their CEO, their new CEO, the woman who is one of the most terrible human beings on the planet, in my opinion. And with that, I'm out of time, but I got one more story, and we were going to have bonus time anyway. So there's that. There's that. So stick around, folks. And then we're going to lead right into the premiere of my Challengers review, which I think will be interesting. All right, let's pop on over to bonus time. Here we are. Hi, everybody. There's the chat. Just popped in. We've got one more thing I want to pop up on the screen because I think it's worth it. This is just the lighthearted story that I always like to have at the end of the stream. Here we go. Oops. Hello. Ba-ba-da-ba. In real time. There we are. So yeah, an active volcano in Antarctica is spewing tiny crystals of gold worth about $6,000 a day. That's right. It's raining gold. It's not raining men, but it's raining gold. You could be excited about that. So it's like a dream. But it's true. In Antarctica, gold rains from the sky. Tucked in among the glaciers, fiery Mount Erebus is the southernmost active volcano on Earth, providing a bit of heat amid the frozen landscape. The frozen continent features 138 volcanoes, according to a 2017 study, with around 9 of them reported as active. Now, wait a minute. What's happening with these glaciers then? Very strange. Erebus is one of 3 volcanoes that form Ross Island, and it's said that it was erupting when it was discovered in 1841. Wow, so it's like a pressure valve. Keeps releasing in the coldest region. Whee. Scientists still observe the volcano through Mount Erebus's volcano observatory and conduct field campaigns to look for extreme life forms. The largest Antarctic settlement, McMurdo Station, operated by the United States, is located about 25 south of Mount Erebus and is within sight of the volcano. So there you go. Pretty cool, right? lava lake in amongst the frozenness. Pretty cool. It's been bubbling since at least 1972. It'll eject boulders of partially molten rock known as volcanic bombs. When a volcanic bomb, its burst of gas spraying tiny crystals of metallic gold that surprised scientists who estimate that the volcano spews about 80 grams of gold a day. Wow. Wow. Anyway, I just thought that would be fun. I know. I'm weird. Weird. All right, let's get to more of you. Once again, I want to say thanks to all the people who gave great gifts. Ruby Hoove, Angmar, WK, and Hoove. Look at that. And last call with Troy Pacelli sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, Culture, with all the Paramount sale news, any scuttlebutt on possible fate of Trek? I imagine they're going to want to keep whatever's there. I mean, look, this studio is only as valuable as the catalog that it carries, because outside of a few hits that they've had recently that have kept them afloat, they really don't have much. I mean, Tom Cruise seems to be moving away from the studio and picking up over at Warner Brothers. I guess it'll be up to Skydance, but I think Skydance probably wants to take Star Trek and repurpose it for itself. We'll have to find out. But thanks for the question. I think the minute I hear something, I'll report it. How about that? But as far as looking at it from the business side of the equation, Troy, there's no upside in selling it before the deal closes. I mean, like I said, Skydance is going to want to hang on to that. It's going to be a very strange merger. And really the only person who makes this decision is Shari Redstone. And she's been running her dad's, corporations into the ground forever. It is what it is. But let's get back to a little bit of this. We have a bunch of films that are on the horizon here as far as when they're coming out. But really there wasn't a lot to see. So I went and saw this silly Zendaya film. And look, 1.9 million for a film like this that's, supposedly and I'm going to say this, an adult-driven character study with supposedly tons and tons of, fool around time and things. If you're going for that, you're going to be disappointed. If you watch the review today, or if you read my review over on Criticless, which expands upon what I say in the video, I think you'll be very disappointed. Just it is what it is. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. And on Super Chats, you can actually hit the like. I wish you could do it on the memberships as well. But yeah, you can actually hit the like button, score that for Troy if you'd like. It also increases engagement. So what else is happening? Lord Thandar says the obvious thing. Star Trek needs TLC without Kurtzman. I agree. I look, I love Star Trek, most of it, almost all of it, maybe. There are a few things I could, care less about as far as some of the series that were put out. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty wild. Oops, I went out of focus. Hang on. Ooh, hand. Ooh, hat. There we go. So that's something we're going to have to take a look at. Anything to do that we can do to get rid of anybody that's on the bad reboot alumni tree, as Archie Mitchell points out, is a good thing when it comes to Trek. I think Skydance is probably the right group to do it. They have some really brilliant creatives in good positions that may not try to force the message in places. Davinia looked up the volcano airplane crash with all aboard loss. Yeah, I don't think that's a good place to fly. Daniel Hall's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, if you wanted the adult fool around time, just find the extended cut of Showgirls, right? Cults Casino, yeah, true. I mean, if that's your thing. Look, and I'm not going to shame anybody for, their kinds of films they prefer or whatnot. Just as far as a film goes, this film it will disappoint you. Not just for the titillation. It'll do it for everything. Seriously, watch the premiere review with me because I saw a movie, so you didn't have to, which is my little catchphrase there. But yeah, Saltzilla says culture's tripping hard. I am. All right. Wonder what Paramount is going to do with Hogan's Heroes. That would be so great, right? That IP would be genius. I don't know you can do much with it though. Cyberchud says, sorry, but I don't think they know how to make shows like Star Trek anymore, even if they wanted to. It's lost technology. Wow, I hope not, my friend. I really hope not. But thanks for being here, Cyberchud. I think you could rebuild Star Trek. I think you could rebuild Star Trek, but you'd have to do it like they built out TNG. It would have to be a slow grind that built into something. I think patience is the problem, and that leads us back to the story we did earlier in the day, right towards the middle of the segment today, the 6-minute segment, which is that Jessica Lange is right. The corporatization of Hollywood, and expanding these studios into massive media entities that have holdings and interests in other places. While that's great for vertical integration, it does create a mindset of being so incredibly risk averse that you're not willing to go 2 years on a show that you need to build over time. I mean, look at what the straight to series things got them. Of course, all of the straight to series things were for the message material, which, led to some very dark places. There are a few exceptions. I mean, Stranger Things, perhaps, Cobra Kai, all of that. But for the most part, where did that leave people? Not in a great place. Kalikioki, what's up, my friend? Says, looks like Zendaya can't translate her social media audience into movies. Well, that's a wonderful and probably very astute observation, my friend. I'm going to have to track it through Saturday at least to figure out where this thing will end up. They're really trying to push this thing to hit 12 million or more this weekend. I don't know. Whatever she got paid for this movie wasn't enough because and I didn't say this in the review or in my criticless written review, but I mean, it's going to cost her because people are going to see she's exposed for just what limited acting she can do. And I gave her some praise for some of the acting. She does have the ability to not have the same face in everything. But, I mean, you saw the image, right? Let me bring it back up. I mean, this is the advertising picture that they went with in Deadline. Because make no mistake, a trade magazine is basically an advertisement. That's your standard Zendaya face, right? If she was dressed in some sand, gear, she would look like she was in Dune. It was Chani. She is capable of smiling, and she does it several times in this film. But man, I'm saying it's rough. Stitch sent a member chat saying, thanks for being here for 5 months, Stitch, saying, happy Friday. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. That's right. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Hope everybody does. You guys are the best around. I appreciate it. Does Zendaya have multiple versions of resting bee face? Well, I think I wrote that down in both the criticless review and and I think I talk about it in today's review. You're going to want to catch this one because it's a little extra special because Grant helped me cut together some stuff for you guys. Dice Media. She looks constipated. Ugh. Yes, resting Zendaya face. Well done, Troy. Well done. Yeah. Dice Media is looking at this from the PR side of things. That's what I'm like. She must have PR people that hate her. You want your actress to be glorious. Well, most of the time they're trying to show off skin for her. She has incredible skin. There's no doubt about it. Her complexion's just amazing, flawless. And it doesn't seem to work. She doesn't scream feminine to anybody, and she doesn't dress feminine. And when she does, it just seems out of place. And like, her dad should be yelling at her to go, put on something, that covers up more and, go do your homework. You're not old enough to wear makeup, things like that. Cynthia Carter pops over and says, sorry, I'm late. I was chilling with Lorena. Yeah. She is awesome. She's been doing so many live streams. Oh, wish I could do what she does. Anyway, yeah, it is what it is. Cyberchat says, I'm actually fine with Zendaya. It's the roles. See, and I'm perfectly willing to accept that. The change in the characterization in Dune 2, though, and her just, like, praising it so that it's nothing close to the end of Dune, that her character is completely different in that third act. I think that's a big problem. Because she supported, her man the whole way through. She was on Paul's side. There wasn't this, consternation in the way that it was presented in the film. And the ending really screwed things up. The Batcap kind of hits on it, I kind of feel bad for Kirsten Dunst because I think she had a lot to offer and nobody took her up on it. Oh, did you throw a link to Criticless in the show notes? Actually, when you redirect, I forgot to do it on the show, but when we redirect over to the review, which is coming up in about 23 minutes, when we'll redirect over there, I might go a little, or I might redirect you over there a few minutes early, but you're going to want to watch the review. I'm not kidding. The opening is brilliant. Grant put it together really well, but the link is there directly to this review. So you're going to want to check it out. Criticless is going to be, if you get on now, if you get there, you don't have to actually write reviews if you don't want to. You can just, observe everybody else that's writing them. But I mean, you're going to get a lot of great opinions and wonderful explanations about films, both old and new. I mean, I did a review. I was inspired to do a review yesterday on Clue, the 1985 film with Tim Curry and so many others. I mean, that film was stacked out with people. So Michael McKean, I mean, their names in there. Martin Mull, Christopher Lloyd, what's her name? Bernadette something or another. My brain just melted. But yeah, I mean, there's so many great actors. The character actors, the comedy character actors of the time all kind of got together for that film, and it was good. So I wrote a review. But old and new stuff over there. And like I said, when a film comes out, and I've done a video on it, or I'm doing a video on it, I will also review it there so I can put down thoughts on paper or digitally, I guess, in a different way. Things that I may not be free to say on the platforms I'm on. So now, this is a good question because, in all fairness, you're right, Caravaggio. I'll say it that way too. She seems like a happy-go-lucky, charming, in-person person. Yeah. Why is she doing this to herself? I don't know. I honestly don't know why women right now are deciding to allow themselves to be presented in a given way. I want to say, thank you to Crimlon. Holy cow, Crimlon for 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that. Who've sent an amazing member chap saying, I'll see you tomorrow again before Zendaya. All right. Well, wait, TMOUW. Is it? The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? Yes, that's what it is. Okay, sorry, I misread that, Hoove. No, I got it. I'll see the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare again before I see that. So, indeed. Morgan King says, and in member chat says, have you seen Velma 2? And chat, get Mexican Iron Man to 50K. Happy Friday. That's right. I haven't seen Velma 2, but I will be seeing it this weekend. It's one of a few things I have to get done, including the new intro for season 3 of our show on Mr. H's channel, the H-Cast, your favorite afternoon evening podcast on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it looks like we may see Bo, the history bro from Podcast of the Lotus Eaters, a little more frequently over there. So, yeah, the star power is increasing. Plus, in the near future, Lauren Chen will be joining us over there. So that'll be a good time. Yep. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Again, thank you, Who, for being a member and for gifting memberships today. It's amazing. I do appreciate it. New celebrity deathmatch. Zendaya versus Ziegler. My money's on Zendaya. Yeah. Dice Media Group says, the words of wisdom I got from the best of the world's most famous people who take their clothes off and dance. No one is that interesting. Better to show less and promise more. It's about that. It's about that. See Aguilera. In Man That Takes His Time. Well, men, yeah. I mean, I think the hint of something is more appealing and intriguing than the something itself at times, especially in, interpersonal physical relationships. I'm going to say it that way. See me dance around these things. Paul's visions from the first movie had them still together. What? Well, remember, Paul's visions weren't that clear. At least that's how the movies try to portray it. I've seen some theory Chani ran off because she was also pregnant at the end of the movie and she couldn't really handle all that was going on. She seemed to mount up on a sandworm just fine. Yeah, Daniel Hall. Yeah, if you've read the books, I mean, this is why I think I'd love to have a discussion with Nerd Cookies. Unlimited Power says, how do you guys put the Star Trek movies on your shelf? Over the movies or by the shows? Frankly, Star Trek is kind of divided in like chronological for me. So it's like films and shows mixed together. I know that seems weird, but it's kind of like how my brain works. So, yeah, it is what it is. Rogue Thinker says, if you get a silver play button, you can't deny it anymore. I don't know what that means. Oh, Mikey, if he gets a silver play button. Yeah, if Mikey had, is silver at 50K? Is that really a thing? I could get a silver button? I didn't know they were doing that still. Interesting. You guys are the best. All right, what do we got? Tommy VZ says, just got here. What are y'all talking about? Well, we're talking about Skydance and Paramount looking like that's actually going to be the deal that happens, which means that people are asking questions about Star Trek. We talked a little bit about the disappointing numbers that came out of the previews for Zendaya's film Challengers, which I saw, which as soon as we end here, you can go watch the premiere of the movie review that I did, which is about 10 minutes long. It's short. And then you'll automatically be redirected, hopefully, over to Midnight's Edge in the morning, because that's the way I planned it. And hopefully you guys can just keep going, because that's kind of how we want to do things going forward. Show. You, of course, watch whatever you want, but just makes it so you don't have to do a lot. Just sit back, and if you're watching on your television, which is what I do when I'm watching on the Roku and stuff. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Madeline Kahn. Thank you, Jaber. I appreciate it. Y'all are adding to the conversation. This is why I love YouTube, and I love all of you. We get to talk. We get to talk about stuff in real time, about the stories and the things that are happening. You guys in the chat, if you notice, I'm highlighting the super chats and I'm highlighting the regular chats. Now, as more super chats come in, those will be the things that will be more heavily done, because I do get demonetized regularly on the channel, especially with some of my videos, most particularly with these live streams. The live streams get demonetized because I'm talking about news items that are in the news. So, also, YouTube doesn't know how to categorize me. So if you like what I'm doing, please help me. Share out my videos, share out these live streams, share your enthusiasm. It helps. Interaction goes a long way, so the more you chat, the better it is. The thumbs up, all of that. Believe it or not, they're all different forms of interaction, and they all count in a positive way towards the logarithm. But most importantly, sharing out videos across the world is a good plan. And yes, thank you, Jaybert. Madeline Kahn, brilliant. Love her to pieces. Who else is in the house? I might need to look more into what's happening with Stellar Blade. I saw some video references that I'm not 100% understanding what's going on, because I thought that the game people were laughing off the criticism outside of obviously the graffiti we talked about yesterday on Mr. H. I don't know. So I'm going to have to look into that. Maybe a video there as well. Is Christopher Dominguez here? What's up? Christopher Dominguez, it's been a minute. Hope you're doing well. I'm just saying. Who else is out there? Anticipation of success is the dopamine. There you go. Well said, Dave G. Sound. Better than how I said it, more eloquently. Yeah. Working very hard to a goal and getting to the doorstep of it is the thing that really builds that. Well, the chemical release, of course, and everything else. When you start manipulating those chemicals, you really mute all the other things that inspire them. So people get less motivated, you know. Say what you will about any form of pharmaceutical. The minute they start to mess with the brain chemistry, unless it's needed, of course, that's the goal. That screws up a whole lot of other things in your life. I mean, desire windows shift, et cetera, et cetera. So it is what it is. Star Trek movie go in chronological order of release. Yeah, that makes sense. But I like I said, I mean, I'll mix up the shows like the original TOS, right? And then that's just kind of how they light up. The original series is the thing, you know. Anyway. Weird. What happens if BlackRock calls in the debts? Well, they should, based on how things are written, in order to shorten agreements for an immediate call, something has to be wildly violated, usually non-payment of some form. Access to the cheap money is the thing that you're bargaining for. You'd have to look over the individual agreements. But yeah, if BlackRock call in the debts, then there you are. But there have to be very specific verbatim acceleration clauses. So, yeah. It's a good question, but you'd have to look at individual agreements. Skydance funded Trek 2009. I don't think that bodes well, but Tom Cruise likes Star Trek, so Captain Cruise, who knows? I just think you have to give people something that they're interested in. They have to be like, wow, that's a really interesting idea. It's why the films these days are so hit and miss. They have to be inspired. And nobody's inspired right now. Nobody's inspired by anything coming out of Hollywood or studios, which is why these numbers keep going. Seriously. I've not seen box office numbers for the entire box office across the board. I haven't seen them this low in decades. I mean, compared to inflation. If you adjust for inflation, this is a disappointing time to live in. And look, I've already said it. I've been on record saying it. I'm going to say it here again. Spread it far and wide. Culture Casino said this, and there have been videos made about it now. But Disney has just a little over 1% of the total box office for the year. They have 5 to 6 bites at the apple for big box office returns, and several of them wasn't them. You already saw the silly horror film that they released earlier in the year through another brand they acquired. You're about to see something of the Planet of the Apes for the 27th time. That'll do well, but is it going to be profitable? Well, it'll elevate their position in the box office earnings, but compared to what? I mean, you have the other studios in line, like Comcast, Universal. They're getting ready to release another Despicable Me film. You think Despicable Me is going to do well? You think they're going to make a bucket of money on that? Yeah. If Disney only has 5 or 6 big bites at the apple this year, or chances for big bites at the apple, how many of those do you think will work out? Not many. Outside of Deadpool and Wolverine, a rated R film that I still think is going to perform about where Guardians of the Galaxy 3 did, I don't think that's going to make $1 billion. I know I'm one of the outliers there, and I'm okay being wrong, but nobody's been able to give me an argument that I haven't been able to say, these are the factors that are working against this film. I mean, outside of being jazzed for Ryan Reynolds, I mean, what is it? What is it? Crimlon sends a member chap and says, happy Friday. Well, happy Friday, and thank you once again for those 5 Culture Casino memberships. I do appreciate it. Tommy says, I said his name right. Well, you betcha, buddy. I try. If not, you can always correct me. I don't mind. Sick lid, man. That's awesome. What's up? Here. Good to see you. My guess is Tom Cruise might use his ties with Skydance to get Trek given or gifted to Warner's, and then we might get a new franchise variant. That would be great. Tom does have great relations with Skydance. Yeah, and John, you're right. I mean, Mission Impossible with Cruise is winding down. So, and he wants to do that ISS thing. Actually, I think he should just partner with Elon. And, Elon should have his own space platform. What do you guys think? Actually, he probably could do that really fast. What else is happening? You guys are cooking on the chats. I love it. One Punch Man Tolkien fan. What's up? Good to see you, bud. Morning, everybody. That's right. Cynthia, this is why I have faith in some studios, right? It's why I have faith in what Universal's doing, because while they still have films that have the garbage in them, they still are releasing things that are family-friendly. And Despicable Me is a popular franchise, and because of those little minion guys, banana. Yeah, so, yeah, kids are going to love this thing. Teenagers love this. I mean, when you go to that area in the parks, especially in Florida, I mean, it's loaded with peoples. Many, many peoples. Universal is going to strip so much market share from Disney in Florida next year. It's going to be overwhelming. Yeah. I think I did. 66 Starship Alien, how are you? It has been a minute, my friend. Mission Impossible is the bomb. Yeah, I love Mission Impossible films. Yeah. Oh, and Penny says, OMG, you're still live. Yes, I am. Penny, but I'm going to be redirecting you all to my movie review in just a moment. So stick around. I'm going to drop this. You'll have to wait about 3 minutes, and then the premiere will start. You guys good with that? Are you good with that? You okay? Does that sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. I'm double-checking my redirect. Double-checking my redirect for Midnight's Edge. Do you guys see this stream? I don't see a Midnight's Edge in the morning stream. What is happening right now? One of the mods, if you guys could find it, see if they're doing a show today. Midnight's Edge. All right. If you just want to throw the link in there, I can copy it. This is really weird. Usually the stream's up like a couple hours early. Right? Right? Apparently, I have difficulty typing the word the. It always comes out T-E-H. One finger is slower than the other. One of these fingers is slower than the other. That doesn't sound good. Anyway. Saunders says, no mead today. That's really weird. Weird. That'll be the first day we've missed, I think. That's the case. Yeah, 251,000 subscribers over on Midnight's Edge. That's a lot. I'd love to get to that number. That'd be great. I can't do it. Can't roll my R's this morning. Not enough coffee. All right, so who's going to get my redirect? What do you guys think? Is there a channel that's underloved? Is there an underloved channel? Who can we send you to? Ain't talking about love. My love is riding to the core. Ain't talking about love. Just like I told you before. Yeah, before. Mr. H, does he have a live stream today that I'm not aware of? I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't. But thank you for being here for bonus time. Y'all are the best. We got another super chat from Weird. Says, Lucas will tell KK you did as I told you. Good job. Well, yeah. She ruined it. She really did ruin Star Wars. Star Wars, talking about Star Wars. Well, is Drinker live? Or going live soon? I don't know that he needs help. Critical Drinker. I would. The Critical Drinker. The Critical Drinker? Nope. This is so weird. Normally I'd just be like, okay, send it to Midnight's Edge. All right, well, we got to go. You guys, check out the premiere. We're out of here. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, follow the redirect. Please help me out. Like this next video.